Dream a dream, and what you dream will dream.
Turn around, you should run away.
This movie used to be real good, but then they fucked it up.
Rockbody's got a baby.
And he sings a really goddamn stupid song.
Neverending Story 3.
Yeah, okay, we got nothing. Anyway,
actually, that is funny because that was one of my jokes that we were threatening to do. I was like,
that's right.
Yeah, we were gonna come up with alternate sequels, and just go through all the plot. I was like, Rockbody's got a kid.
We were gonna do the song.
Sense.
Yeah, we were gonna do the song at the end. Since the song wasn't there, we just make up our own with our own horrible lyrics summing up the bad movie.
But then they had the Rockbiters bit, and
it's just like I knew this had to, because there's been so much build up for me to do this movie that it's like, okay, I gotta make this big. And I just knew, okay, I had to destroy the DVD at the end. I had to really, really do it. It can't be like a fake whatever lightning strikes or something. It has to really be destroyed.
I have to say, with every sequel, it really is cementing its never-endingness. I mean, it is actually kind of truth in advertising when you get to part 3.
And yeah, I think there is a possibility we probably did start off with the best first in sequel month, and I sort of knew that. I mean, I don't put them together in terms of the order, but they started going in.
I didn't know that. I kind of thought that Nim 2 would be the easiest, and it turns out that one was actually kind of more blasé. This one is so
incredibly bad. It's remarkably bad.
Nim
it's like
2
a miracle.
was only the Nim 2. The first half was just kind of meh.
Yeah,
and then it got really
crazy.
But there was so much nothing to the first. This from the get-go.
Yeah, it's just terrible. And it's funny.
Mr. Potter!
I've never read the Neverending Story book. I actually keep forgetting there is a book. So I don't know how much any of these follow the book. But I don't care. The last 2 movies suck. They're terrible, so...
Even if you like the books and you're just like, well, it follows some of the story from the book, that doesn't make it a good movie.
Yeah, that's
no
always...
way in hell either of the sequels are a good movie.
The funny thing is, I never pointed out, there's actually a lot of things I didn't point out because there's just so much badness in this movie, but the kid from Free Willy here, they played it up big. They put his name before the credits. He's on the cover in big letters. The kid from Free Willy.
Yeah, they were really trying to capitalize on it. And where is this kid now, by the way?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like nobody does.
And something,
no continuity. There is no. That's what pissed me off the most. Because I went on a long rant about how the father doesn't know anything, even though he...
Which would be really interesting. If the father knew and was trying to help him out for all this, that'd be, they bond together, they both know about the story. That would have been interesting, but no, they just make it that he knows nothing in here, which makes no sense.
Yeah, because I literally would just start screaming. I was like, he read this whole thing in the second movie. How is this possible? He should go up and ask you, anything wrong? Are you getting sucked in that goddamn book again?
So he looks in the book and sees his story is once again
told
through the text.
And the Nasties. I just love that there's a group of people called the Nasties. Even for bullies, who would actually be given that name?
You wouldn't even see that in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I like how he gets to just read the book as if it were the script. It really saves you a lot of time.
Yeah, what's he doing? He's just sitting here reading the book, reading what's already happened to him. It's like, why read it? He already knows what's happened to him.
See, I like how the old father looks exactly like Alan Thicke, and the new one looks nothing like him. Oh, and this, I'm sorry, she was a bitch.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah.
He's okay, let's be honest, Bastion on all outward appearances is completely insane. I grant you that. Particularly here, but, she's just mean.
And this does just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He just starts talking about this. It's like, the hell? Well, what do you expect, you dumbass kid?
I kept waiting for her to say, oh, you're just into D&D, aren't you?
I think I do make a line here about Dungeons & Dragons' Wet Dream.
You're crazy.
There's a bunch of different, you're crazy! You're crazy. You're crazy. I did one like the guy from, Was it Batman or something? Yeah, in Batman, the guy just goes, "You're crazy."
You're crazy.
Yeah.
I thought I was a Pisces.
She's not into the new age stuff at all. I just play guitar alone in my room and mope.
Well, I like how they will give her a scene once in a while to try to, like, give her character sympathy, but no, it is like an awfully written character. By the end of it, I wanted to strangle her.
Again, by the end, there's just too much to talk about, and at the end, like, as the whole world is going insane and everyone wants to kill each other, she's like, oh, my parents, they're gonna get divorced again. It's like, dude, the world's about to fucking blow up and everyone's gonna kill each other, and you're like, oh, my inner demons, It's like, God, you dumbass broad.
It's even when she's trying not to be selfish, she's completely insanely selfish.
And his mother's a fucking pushover. Like, again, this review's already so long, there's only so much I can show. Really? Guys, you should rent the movie.
Yeah. Like, do your own, this is one of those words, it's like, we can't compete, do your own review, because you will find 100 more things that we missed.
Yeah.
Because we just couldn't, this would have been literally a 3-hour-long review, and the movie's
only like an hour and a half. Oh, and it felt like forever.
Yeah, felt long.
It felt so long, and it's really short. Like, they just make the hour and a half limit. And
Well, it felt long, except, of course, for the great, the infamous Jack Black.
Bravo, sir, bravo!
Master Thespian! I love that bit. I didn't have anything for that, and you just made up the whole what smack.
I think I do it a couple times.
Yeah.
What? Well, and we talked about before, maybe you heard on our commentary, we do believe a really good bad movie has a heart to it. A character who's like the heart of the movie.
The heart and soul that you just want to watch this one person because they're doing
they're so
whatever.
enjoyable and they're so passionate about what they're doing. And Jack Black was that heart. He is so entertaining. Look at him.
He is in a different movie. I swear to God, he showed up on the set, like looked at it, he's like, oh no, this is bad. You know what? I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want. No one's gonna remember this.
Yeah, and it's wonderful. He's the only enjoyable part. It just looks like he's having so much fun doing it.
I don't even know who he's channeling. I think we went with Khan because we felt like it was Ricardo Montalban sort of craziness, but yeah, it's
never get tired of that.
Yeah, why are by the way, like Jack Black looks about the youngest of these kids and he still looks like he's 30. So what are these kids doing in high school anyway?
Well, you hear they failed it like a bajillion times, but that means everybody in the high school would fail a bajillion times because they all look like they're, in their mid-20s at least. Yeah, and this guy, that's another thing. It's like, the kid's like, you get him expelled? Oh yeah, it's like, I'm gonna get you expelled then. And then he just leaves, and he leaves them to get chased by the bullies.
Good luck, kids, you're on your own. I gotta go clean up somebody's puke.
That janitor is also the tree, by the way. There's about a bajillion tree jokes that the tree makes, and I just said, fuck it, I'm done with using tree beard jokes. They're overused, I should stop, so I didn't use any. I laid low on those. But there's a ton of, there's a dog barking at me. It's like, you're barking up the wrong tree, and it's like, oh Jesus, really? And he sounds like Tone Loc, too. That's another thing I forgot to bring up.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I thought that was the rock biter that sounded more like him.
Yeah, they're both pretty obnoxious.
They have doodling tones.
I don't think... Did they get any of the same people? I don't think they did.
No, Wait, was the bookkeeper the same?
Oh, no. The bookkeeper, if he is, he put on like 20 pounds.
Yeah. No, I think it's an entirely different cast.
I feel bad because some of these people you can tell are trying.
Great, Tony Robinson. I don't know how he ended up in this film, but...
That's what America does to British actors.
Yeah,
we either turn them into American doctors and make their show a hit, or we just ruin them. It's like, I don't know. Here, star in this shit. It's for kids.
We've got Tony Robbins, we've got Jack Black, Julie Cox, who has actually turned out much better work lately.
Yeah.
Like, she actually is a really good actress.
I don't know, it's that Dave Barry cameo. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
What an odd product placement for Dave Barry.
I'm sure he doesn't want to be associated.
Probably not. I love to see him write a column on this, on his cameo, his book cameo.
The Nasties.
Hansel?
It's so
and even though they get expelled, they still hang around the school. I mean, it's like, these are real losers.
I love the unibrow he's got going, too.
So the Nasties eventually figure out that the
Look at that performance. Who is?
That's my favorite shot. I love that. When it pans up like
I will
that.
destroy you.
We never find out how they're doing this. The logic of this
they-
book does not make sense. Is it writing itself? Are they reading it? Are they writing it? If they say it out loud, does
The
it
first
happen?
film kept it kind of like thankfully nebulous and vague, and in this one there's just way too many questions asked, and the movie's not good enough that you don't care. Because like the first movie you could probably ask a whole bunch of questions, but it's like it's a good movie, you don't care. In this one, no.
Well, in the first one, yeah, it is more, it's ambiguous. It could be a lot of things. Here, it's just confusing.
My God, in Falcor, I swear to God, it's a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic. They literally just grabbed a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic and put some different fur on him, and was like, there.
This is always the most depressing stuff, but it's also the most fun. This is how you can show how bad something is, when you just show it compared
Back
to the
to back.
original. And I feel bad because these are Jim Henson puppets, and you know Jim Henson's company can do a lot better than this.
Well, the
they're
funny-
just not given much money. And granted, for the money they were probably given, this is probably impressive, but again, you compare it to the first one.
And Falcor is like the Yoda of the first film. So this is like taking like just a wise, patient character and just completely turning him into a lame comic relief.
No, this is turning into the
okay,
lame
okay,
comic
okay,
relief.
You're right.
Yeah,
That's
they have
where I lost
television
it.
now.
I told Doug, I'm like, stop the movie.
And it's literally dinosaurs. It's just dinosaurs. There's a rock bra there for you.
Over the shoulder boulder holder.
Yes. How the fuck did we not make that joke?
You know what? We had so much stuff.
There's just too much. Folks, this was too much. It was just so much is being thrown at you. I did have one idea, and I was thinking maybe saving it for Secret Nim 2, but they never used any of the original characters enough. I was gonna do a funeral for the original character, a funeral for the Rockbiter. We miss this character so dearly. He had so many great lines, and then, whatever, play some of his lines. And now it's replaced with, going on a highway, looking for adventure.
I think I had the one advantage in that I had enough people tell me about this movie and send me clips, and I have seen pieces of it before. So I've probably seen maybe about half the movie before Doug put it on, and Doug kept asking, he's like, what is this gonna be real bad? And I was like, oh, Doug, you're in for a treat. Oh, man.
And it's interesting, too, because they do try to make Falcor look a bit like the original Falcor. I mean, there is no attempt.
There's no attempt.
And it's funny, one of the same writers who wrote Neverending Story 2 wrote this. And again, Neverending Story 2 is bad, it makes no sense, but there's some understanding.
Obviously, the lesser writer from the sequel wrote this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. And the baby who
God.
doesn't at all have a baby voice.
It's all the same guy. Yeah.
No, technically it's
technically
not,
it isn't, but
would
I
you
think
be
it's-
able to tell?
Yeah, I think it's a very valid assertion, because I'm pretty sure all three of those are a dude.
Again, this is one of those, I had to do a lot of takes, and it's just to get the right sound, so there's a lot of, wait, there's more, or wait, there's more, and just all these serious sounds.
Is this the one with the jaw drop?
Yeah.
This one
This one actually freaked you out when I saw it.
Yeah,
You just went,
Yeah, I was just like, don't ever play that again. Oh my God.
Here it comes. But very easy, it just went into Photoshop, just took a still and just animated about 3 or 4 frames.
I think
and
that
that's
one
it.
was mine. I think this is really happening. I love
Again,
this reaction.
lots of takes on that.
Let me make one thing.
Jim J. Ross did these dead shark pictures you're about to see, which are so funny. It's always so weird telling him these pictures, what I need. I try to give him some context, but sometimes it's funny if I just say, okay, I need a picture of a guy jumping a shark, then shooting it, then humping it. And I thought he did pretty good for, it's like, imagine you're being told you have to create this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? It'd be tricky. And I think he did a pretty good job.
Good. Better than I could do it.
I might have slowed that dare down there. You do not believe me? Yeah, again, this is always the saddest stuff. I mean, actually, you know what? Watching this scene again, I forgot how friggin' strong this scene was.
Well, the whole movie is like, it's one of those great films that it's just all about the apocalypse, and it's basically how much torture can you throw your main, like, character through.
Why do we love those movies so much?
I don't know, but Don Bluth always did that. It was like,
And we loved them,
if it had a happy ending, it would work. But until the happy ending, which is the last 30
You can do whatever
seconds,
the fuck you want. Just rip their hearts out. It doesn't matter.
But I think we like it because it's about the hero's. I'm gonna go all Joseph Campbell here. It's about the hero's journey, whereas this one, it's just like, oh, well, here's just some goofy guys we're gonna throw at you, and here's some funny lines. And this one I don't get. It was all about not watching TV the first movie, and yet they're watching TV in this movie. So are they trying to imply that TV has ruined Fantasia?
It ruined the writers of this movie, probably.
You know what? I think bad writing has ruined Fantasia.
Yeah, that's probably what it
The
is.
Hollywood studio system has ruined Fantasia.
Does this chick look anything like the childlike Empress?
She's like 17. That's not childlike. That's jail. She's the jailbait Empress.
Oh, that was a good one.
That's a great one.
Hard to edit because Indiana Jones starts talking over the line. That's always the hard part, is when you have somebody talking over, there's a fast cut in the original clips. So you had to edit it a certain way where it doesn't interfere.
Yeah, I like the great trans-dimensional warp effect, by the way. It's just like, shake the camera a bit.
And that's
my god, yeah, and I'm sorry, this pissed me off so much. I'm like, well, why don't you switch him back? Like you did that in the first one. No, Bastion, you can't!
It's
Well,
just
why
like the
hell not?
second film. You can tell it's the writer from the second film because it's probably the same moron that said, yeah, they can't wish. He can't wish for everything to just go back to normal. Why? Oh, we'll never explain.
But it's his imagination. Why can't he just wish they're in the new phase?
Why didn't we do an explain movie here?
Yeah, the last one I did blew up the city. I don't know what else I can top that with. Because for some reason I didn't do Rat Credit Card and Secret of Nin 2. It's like, I've just done it so much.
That was a mistake. We should have done that.
I just couldn't think of another variation. Unless you can do a variation on it, in my opinion, it's not worth doing. And maybe there is a variation. I just couldn't think of it.
So Falcor is stuck somewhere in the sky.
Lufthansa. Yeah, by the way, this was a German co-production, if you couldn't tell by the Lufthansa plug.
Actually, I never did notice. Oh, something I wanted here, but I couldn't get the movie in time. I was gonna have...
North by Northwest?
No. Close. Superman 2, where Zod
yeah.
flies by and zaps. And what happens is that he zaps 3 of the faces to look like them, and then the other face, like, crumbles. I was just gonna have the little baby on their fall and be like, Daddy, help me!
Daddy, woo!
But I couldn't get the movie in time, so I just made I don't think I even made a rush.
How much more interesting would this movie have been if the father was in on this?
Yeah, I mean that's what brought them together in the last film.
Yeah, wouldn't have saved the movie because it's a bad.
It would have
movie,
been
but
interesting,
It would have
though.
at least been an interesting plot twist.
Start going back to the Empress thing. I know it's weird to go back to, but in the second film, I was really impressed the actress they got because she really looked like the original childlike Empress, and it's just funny how they didn't even try in this movie.
Actually, no. You want to know what's actually funny? Is she does. She just looks like her if she were like 17 or 18. Like it's the same. It's the same Britishy sort of face.
Oh yeah, because she's British. Is she? I think she's British.
I think Julie Cox is British. I'm pretty sure the original two were, well, they were European, whatever. It was a German co-production, so.
I love this hideout.
Yeah,
who I want to see the Riddler there just like, I will create a trap for Batman that he'll never get out of until the next episode.
Is this some sort of Canadian thing? Are there just random hideouts for bullies in mini-mall parking lots?
Here's the con jokes.
Oh, God.
We never got tired of these.
Round and round the moons of Vega.
There's just so many times where the bully just goes beyond being a bully and he's just this mastermind villain.
Actually, I think the most depressing thing I ever read is there were some people in the comments that just like, I've never seen that movie, so I didn't get
I read
it."
those too. I was
I'm
like,
what are you, stupid?
It's like,
That's like one of the greatest movies ever made. You turn in your geek card right now.
But not only that, I've made like a bajillion Wrath of Khan jokes. I'm surprised nobody else would. I mean, those people. Oh, he goes behind the fireworks. Yeah, how's that possible? He just flew behind the fireworks.
I'd like to see him catch on fire and go down in flames.
I almost hit that note there, dude.
Where the kid is hiding the creature in a
Oh god, that was painful. We only did this for like 30 seconds, but this was like 10 minutes of screen time was him trying to hide this baby.
It is weird. Looking at this again, I just recall how... I want to say how friggin' long it is, but it's not long.
No, it was only like an hour and a half.
It just feels so long. They just throw so much shit at you, and it's
Look,
terrible.
this is like My Pet Monster. Yeah, oh, and leave the Orin, by the way.
This dumbass kid.
You just won the dumbass of
Yeah, this character with no redeeming qualities. None. Jack Black has more redeeming qualities than she did.
Oh, and then there's a weird. Okay. This chick on the left, the one with the snake tattoo, the dragon tattoo. There's
like
a weird
evil Dana from Ghostbusters.
No, but there's this weird thing at the end where they approach the bullies and they're all bookworms now, which was kind of funny, seeing Jack Black as a bookworm. But then there's this one chick and it's like, who's that? And they look at the dragon tattoo and it's like, oh, I'll just say Dina, I don't know her name. Oh, it's Dina. And it's like, well, so what? I don't think she had a line in this movie. What the hell does that matter? And it was just the weirdest little scene.
You know what, Doug? She probably had family.
Maybe. Maybe it's like the director's daughter or something.
Yeah. These people have friends and family too they want to impress.
I think people
actually that was a very good point we had. It's just like she actually has done more in 5 minutes of screen time than he has through the whole thing.
The villains have done more.
Yeah. Bastion is completely useless in this story.
Yeah, I love though I say just leave.
Just leave.
Yeah, they keep letting him go. Yeah, there's a whole dumb scene where like the trainer X and
Is
the
this your
delivery
obvious
guys,
guy in a costume?
Yeah, the delivery guys are like, whoa, I gotta get out of here. It's fun looking back at it, but God, like putting it together, it was tricky because there's just
Once again, it's
there's
just
so
one of
much.
those things where nobody on set took one look at this and said, guys, can we have a word?
Oh, here's one. Yeah. No, originally I had something like, he tasks me, and you're like, no, there's something better here, and you found the scene where he goes, there she is.
I happen to know Wrath of Khan inside out, so I'm just like, oh no, there's a line where he says, there she is, and like we kept looking for it, I was like, there, use that one.
Yeah, because it's actually about, the sisters upstairs. There she is, and it worked much better.
Wounded as we were led to believe. All for the better.
Yeah, there's a whole scene where like everybody in the world starts acting like a jerk. Which is pretty silly.
Wilma.
My name is not Wilma.
Actually, she does sound like her though. That's
No,
true.
if you're gonna go for somebody who's supposed to be an old childlike empress, which makes no sense, but if that's what you're going for, she looks and sounds like her, just 10 years plus.
There's another weird line. I don't know. You could say it's sexist. It probably is. But like when the sister is using the Orin to go shopping, the childlike empress is watching it, just say, I never thought to use the Orin to go shopping. And it's like,
What?
what? And it's just a weird
You're the
line.
empress of a fantasy world, and that's
You
your
go
big concern?
shopping? It's like, yeah, the world's about to end.
Slaves, lady! Have slaves make your stuff for you. You're an empress. It never gets old.
Yeah,
Ricardo,
it's probably overused,
rest in
but I don't
peace,
care.
Ricardo Montalban. You've given us so much great material.
Yeah, then I really hate these scenes where the person's like, put the weapon away. It's like, no, you wouldn't do it, you jackass. It's like, nuke the bastard.
He obviously would never have done that himself. Why do you feel? I would have been like, you know what? I wish for you to blow up from the inside out.
I wish for your penis to strangle you.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been an ending. We have no idea how this works if the book
I'd love
is
to see
doing
Jack
this.
like, man, didn't see that one coming. Beaten to death by my own penis.
Best way to go ever!
Skadoosh.
Couldn't resist. Sorry. I count that as a variation. A weak variation, but I think it counts. Because it's fast. You don't dwell on it. Yeah, they never explain, is she reading the story? Is he really this suddenly good at karate or whatever? Oh, there's this weird scene where suddenly they can hear their parents breaking up. And it's like, no, we have to go and be with them to show that
Really?
they can
Because
stay
you
together.
didn't give a rat's ass before. That character didn't. Why now? I think this... Did we... Yes. Thanks for watching. No refunds.
I think I used that joke again in Care Bears, the no refunds. I may want to rewrite that. I was thinking it again, I'm like, oh shit, I used that joke, I better rewrite that. That's true, I was so pissed off when I saw the rock biter. Like, really? This is what we want to leave you
That song
on?
is one of the greatest pieces of 80s cheese. Like, it's one of the greatest songs ever written.
Is that a guy singing that song too, the Neverending Story song? Or is it a woman?
Christ if I know.
I thought I remember hearing it as a guy. I'm like, what?
This is a woman, though.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, she smoked a lot.
Who did do that single?
What, the Neverending Story? I don't know. Write in the comments, people. And tell me if it's a man or a woman.
Yeah, go scream at us, because we don't know.
You should have known that. You'll find it out before the commentary. Yeah.
I was originally gonna do this with Quest for Camelot, and I didn't have the time, but I always kept in mind, I'm like, okay, some point I'm gonna film myself going to Home Depot, getting this, getting a crowbar or a bat.
It was raining, man. That's right. This is the weirdest winter ever, because now we're sitting and there's like a foot of snow outside, but...
And yeah, I always knew I'd do this, and I was like, well, okay,
Watch, Home Depot's gonna sue our ass at some point.
Not Quest for Camelot. No, they're gonna sue us for not getting a better crowbar. No, here's the thing. There's literally a crowbar that's just hanging on the fence outside. We don't know if it's our neighbors or what.
Came with the place
it's just there, and we're just like, okay, so we just used to destroy a DVD, and we just put it right back. We have no idea if somebody else is gonna use it or what. Here you go.
This is great.
There was a lot like going through like what sound effects do we use, and when I remember like we looked over this.
I remember you and I were sitting there and I'm like, no, use this sound effect here, turn up the music here, do this, it needs more sound here. It was like, we were like agonizing over this for like...
I love, the music is perfect though, the lame
Somebody was asking, was like, were you spoofing anything in particular? And I was like, really? I think it's just the nerd. Like, it reminds me very much of something the nerd
It is right. A lot of people said this is very nerdish.
Yeah.
And that's why, actually, with Secret Nim 2, I almost didn't want to do it, because I thought, well, the nerd does this a lot.
There was a Donald Duck cartoon where he went nuts, and they had this music, too, that I think
that's
unconsciously...
true!
Yeah, the one where he loses his temper, it plays this music.
You know what? I think that's where we stole it from, yeah.
I think it's probably
right.
both. Oh, but fuck you.
And that's great. That little piece just happened to be left of him and Falcor. It's like, oh, I'm gonna eat that.
Fuck you.
I think I like Sin City where it's like, I'm just pounding the floor. It's like his face isn't even left.
I had a lot of fun shooting this. This is just total fun.
I had a lot of fun destroying it.
What?
One down.
And we probably did not top this.
Yeah, no, I sort of knew afterwards. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna top this.
Well,
this was a good way to end. I like this.
You can't top it though. It's never ending.
There you go. I sort of knew going in I wouldn't be able to top it, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just give him the best first. I don't mind. I think it's so funny. It's such a good way. It was starting off the new year, and I was like, you know what? Let's just give them the best first.
You know when it's all said and done?
Read a book. Read a book.
Or they'll disappear if you stop reading.
You're making us look like jerks. Read a book.